Hello and welcome to this YouTube session. My name is Navid, and in this session we want to know how we can plot a simple line graph using Matplotlib library in Python. Before we start, don't forget to press subscribe button to receive several useful machine learning videos that I post regularly on my channel. Okay, let's start. First thing that we need to do is importing the Matplotlib library because we want to use the pyplot sub package. So let's say we want to import matplotlib.pyplot, and we want to import it as plt like always. So if I run this cell, now our sub package and package is imported. Now let's go for plotting a very simple line graph. So let's say I've just copied these three lines here. So let's say we have a year, and I just made some random lists here. So this list shows the accidents that happens in this year, and this shows the dangerous accidents, for example, in a village or a city that happens in these different years from 2010 to 2020. And now we want to plot the graph for this number of accidents that happen in different years. So it's easy. The first step is actually creating these lists that I have already done that. So let's select this cell and just press run. And then in the next cell, we want to start plotting our graph. To plot this, we have two options. For the first option is a very simple way that you may even already know that we start with plt plot function. So let's say plot, and inside of the parentheses you may use the x, that is year, and then you may use y, that is, for example, your accident, and that's it. Let's go to the next line. For example, you want to plot the other one. Again, plt does plot, and inside of the parentheses, again, you should mention the x, and then you should mention the y, that is ACC, and then at the end, don't forget to add the plt.show in order to render your graph. So this is actually the first step that we want to start with, and yeah, let's run this to see what will happen and what it will show us. So by running this cell, you can see that it will give me a graph, but this graph is actually not what we wanted. You even cannot say which of these graphs are for accidents and which of them are for dangerous accidents that happened during those years. And you don't have labels for the X and Y and lots of other things. Your graph doesn't have title, and you even didn't specify the colors for your graphs. And you need lots of information on this graph in order to be a useful graph. So let's do that together very fast. So I just copy and paste these three lines that I have here. So I want to complete it in new cell, and then we compare them together. So let's say the first one, the things that I want to add is, the first thing that I want to add is I want to specify the color. So in order to do that, I just put a comma and I say color very easily, very straightforward, is equal to, I make a quotation, and inside of the quotation, I just give the color as a string to Python. So let's say red, for example, okay, or blue, or green, or any other color that you like. So let's make it red to make some difference from this one. So I want the color to be red. The next thing that I want to add, I want label, because I want to know which plot is which and which one is related to normal accident, which one is dangerous accident. So let's say the label I want to define here is accident. Let's say inside of the quotation, again, don't forget, we say normal accident. Okay, and that's it. That's for your label. And also I want to put some markers here. I don't like it like that. I want to have some markers to specify the number for each year, so I can spot the number of accidents in each year more easily. So let's say the marker here, you should just name marker. And again, you should put it inside of the quotation as a string. And for example, I want a circle, so I put or here. Okay, so that's it for this one. For the next one, we should do the exact same thing. So let's just copy this one here and put it here after the D underscore accident. And let's say this time I want the color to be green. And the label this time is not normal accidents, it's dangerous accident. Let's say something like that. And the marker, this time I want to be something like this, okay? The list of markers and also the colors are available in the Matplotlib website. So if you just Google it, that the color of Matplotlib or the marker of Matplotlib, it will give you the table, and you can just pick the marker or color that you need for your graphs. And the other thing that I need to add is the X label and Y label, because I need to know what X label is and what Y label is. So let's say the next thing is PLT dot, very easily, I just say X label, and inside of the parentheses, as you mentioned, the X label, inside of the quotation, I mentioned the X label is the year of the accident. And the other thing is PLT dot Y label, and inside of the parentheses quotation, and I use number of accidents. Okay, so that's it. This is our X label and Y label. And the other thing that I want to add is a title. So let's say PLT dot title. Oops. Okay, and inside of the parentheses, again, I use the quotation and I say, for example, the title of this is number of accidents during past decade, something like that. And yeah, I hope I don't have typo here. And the last thing that you shouldn't forget is, because you mentioned the label for each of the plots, you need to add a line here mentioning the legend, plt.legend, in order to add the legend of your graph here based on these labels that you define. So plt.legend and parentheses. If you don't put anything inside the parentheses, it goes for the default. But if you like to put your legend, for example, in this section, you like to put the legend, you would like to specify the location of your legend, we can very easily do that by this. You can say lock is equal to, for example, you can say upper right, okay, upper right, or upper left, or center. So this is how you manage to actually place the location, specify the location of your legend. So that's it. We actually specify all the things that we needed. So let's say we want to run this right now to see what happened. Now, if you look at our graph and if we just compare it with this one, so you see the legend is not in a good mode. So let's say we want to put it in the left side and run this again. And this time, I think we have a better graph. So if we compare this very simple graph that doesn't have any information in it with this one, that we have title, we have legends, we have labels, and we also have markers, and we specify the colors. Imagine that you have lots of graphs that you want to plot them with together, and this information will help you and the reader of your graph I hope you liked the video, and if you want to learn more with much more details and understand the concepts better, you can check my Udemy course. You can find the link in the comment section and email me for discount coupon if you need one.